open mic of the season. Gene Burnett is an incredibly talented local performer. He's written over 600 songs. He also has awesome Tai Chi classes. Check out geneburnett.com to check those out as well. But I'm a big fan of his poetry and his music. He's been to many of our open mics, and his work is always delightful. And we're very excited to be able to indulge ourselves with a bit of an extended amount of Gene Burnett today. So, without further ado, please give a loud round of applause for Gene Burnett!
Oh, thank you so much. Being a person of a certain age, I don't have a phone with all my lyrics and stuff. I don't trust the batteries. I have it on paper. All right. I'm a big fan of open mics. I love open mics. I also love poetry slams, which are just a step away from an open mic. We have a great slam here in town, the Road Poetry Slam, third Tuesday of every month, right around the corner at Caldera. Bring three-minute poems, if you got them, and show up to the Poetry Slam. The next one is the 17th of May, hosted by my good buddy T. Poe, who featured, was it this year, or was it last year? Last year. And then we've got another one on June 21st. So this is a poem that I wrote, or sort of a little poem that I wrote back in 2013 for our very first Road Poetry Slam. It's been it's been a little more than 3 years. We've done like 37 or 8 of them. And if you have missed them, you should come and check it out. I'm basically going to talk about 3 things tonight, or sing about 3 things. Community, art, and connection. Death, and gratitude. So that's one of my themes tonight. So this one is called Don't Worry About Losing the Poetry Slam. Don't worry about losing the Poetry Slam. Don't worry about getting a bad score. Don't worry about making it to the second round. And don't worry about score creep. I can settle that for you right now. Score creep will happen. People who go up early will be given more cautious scores by the judges than people who go up later. It will happen. It always does. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about judges giving better scores to performers they already like from having seen them elsewhere, or their friends or friends of friends. And don't worry about judges being more impressed by flash than true poetic beauty. And don't worry about slam masters favoring locals over out-of-towners. I can settle all that for you right now. That shit will happen. The first slam I ever went to, I won, and I was amazed. I was just hoping not to embarrass myself, and I won $50. Which, as an aside, in poet money is about $5 grand. Okay, so the next slam I went to, I didn't make it to the second round. And the kid who beat me and went on to the second round was a barely articulate little dude who was, to be honest, just a little bit smarter than a complete idiot. It's true. Then I started to strategize. I started watching the judges as they judged my competitors. I noticed who gave out the higher and lower scores and how easily. And sometimes I directed my poem specifically at the judges who were the most generous, and sometimes I tried to win over the judges who were the stingiest, and all that stuff worked a little, sometimes, sort of. Then I realized that I wasn't enjoying the slams as much as I used to. I was worried most of the time, and I thought, fuck this. And that's when I heard the voice, the one I want to agree with if it's already appeared in your head, just like I do when it appears in mine. And that voice says, don't worry about losing the Poetry Slam. Don't worry about showing off. Just show up. Because enjoying this life and touching other people, being a poet and a human being is not just about you or your score or your status or how cool or how smart or how desirable or how intelligent or how truly fabulous you are. It's about the connection. It's about the poetry. Focus on the magic of giving someone else an idea of what it's like to be you, how it feels to be you, what you think is true, what you think is beautiful, what you think is worth paying attention to. Focus on the connection, not on how good you are at connecting. Focus on the connection itself. Focus on the attempt to connect, whether you do or you don't. So look, I know that you know all of this. I know it too. We've heard it many times before. It's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. Just show up and do your best. The points are not the point. We all know this stuff, but I know that we'll still worry about losing the Poetry Slam. It's human nature. But let's also listen to the voice that says, don't worry about losing the Poetry Slam. Don't worry about losing the Poetry Slam. Just show up, do your best, enjoy yourself and everyone else. Poetry Slam poem. Okay, death. Yeah, a big one. The greatest teacher. Be the arrow, be the bow, be the rock or be the flow. Doesn't matter who you know, you're still gonna die. If you're the candy or the wrapper, you're still heading for the crapper. Be a Dick, be a Jane, you're still circling the drain. Be the ghost, build a castle, build a moat. You can hit the highest notes, you're still gonna die. Play the coolest, fastest riff, pretty soon you'll be a stiff. Pretty soon you'll be deceived, 'cause we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die. We're all headed for the struggle, and we shrug this mortal coil. We're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die. Knockout in the news, pretty soon you'll be worm food. It ain't polite, it's kinda rude. We're all gonna die. If you're feeling young and free, pretty soon you'll cease to be. Win your battles, win your wars, pretty soon you'll Now we're back to art and poetry and connection. Community. Okay, this is a poem that I wrote specifically for one of the regulars at the Poetry Slam. And here's all you have to know to get this poem. First of all, T-Po, he's the slam master, and he doesn't compete because he's the slam master. He used to compete and win many, many poetry slams, but then he stopped to be the slam master and get this thing going. So he's really a cool, community-oriented guy. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. You also need to know that Claudia comes every once in a while and almost always wins. So just remember that. And also, there's a guy named Mosaic who comes very, very often, a wonderful poet who I really like. I wish he'd memorize his shit, because when he doesn't, looking at his microfilm, handwriting, sometimes it doesn't come out as well. But we were always joking, as we would at poetry slams, I'm going to take you down, you're going down. You know, we're just kidding around like we're real competitive, but we're not really. We're mostly really in it for the fun. But, and this was, I wrote this during a period when I was winning. I've gone through some streaks where I've won a few slams. And then I've gone through many streaks where I don't even get to the second round. So, but at the time I was having a good streak. So the name of this poem is Take Me Down Mosaic, I'm Easy. Take me down, Mosaic, I'm easy. I don't like being the guy to beat. It may sound nice, but it's not that sweet. I don't like people gunning for me. Hell, I don't even like to compete. I don't mind winning, but what does it mean? I've seen really good stuff get 17s. Okay, not actual 17s, but you know what I mean. I needed a rhyme and I took it. Mosaic style, see? So take me down, Mosaic, I'm easy. I've been beaten by poets who had no home. I've been beaten by poets who panned their gold. I've been beaten by poets who didn't even bring a poem. I've been beaten by poets who were 12 years old. Beaten in the marketplace, beaten in the polls, beaten on YouTube and those goddamn phones, beaten in coffee houses, beaten in bars, beaten by amateurs, and beaten by stars. So yeah, I'm relaxed up here. Hell, 1976 is when I lost my stage fear. I better be relaxed if something's wrong up here. And by Mosaic, I mean any one of you could be singing your song up here. There's no way to be wrong up here. Work on your shit, never quit, and you could be strong up here. There's not one of you in this room who doesn't belong up here. And yeah, I usually do win, place, or show, but it's not because I know something you don't know. It's just a little bit of luck, a little bit of soul, a little bit of work, and a whole lot of, I started doing this 40 fucking years ago. Not to mention, plenty of Claudia didn't show. And a healthy dose of, there's a guy over here who never competes whose name is T-Po. So take me down, Mosaic, I'm easy. I'm just here to do my best, to pass a little internal test. And hope my words, like birds, find rest and balance in the spaces between your head and your chest. It's not winning that makes me leave my nest. It's not losing the chance to say yes when I ask myself, do you want to connect? Do you want to connect? That is the question, and the answer has to be yes. And how many yeses it will take for success is anyone's guess, but I guarantee you, however many you think it is, it's less. So take a breath and take me down, Mosaic. I'm easy. One more song here, and this is a song about gratitude. I'm grateful to Claudia for hosting this and having a very inclusive definition of hip-hop. I usually include head case white guys with guitars, but tonight I'm grateful. I'm also grateful to my beautiful wife Samara for the 1,001 second chances that she has given me during our 20+ years. I'm grateful to Ashland for being such a cool town, poised between culture and nature. So many great events and so many things going on here. I myself host an open mic over at the Wild Goose on the other end of town on the first Wednesday of every month. And we have a different theme every month. So Wednesday's theme, which would be June 1st, I think, is songs about animals. So it could be a song or a poem, original or a cover, that mentions or has an animal in it in any way. You could just say, I feel like an animal when I do this piece, and that would work. We're not too strict and narrow about the themes. You know, it's, I saw a bird on the way here, you know, whatever. And that's a first Wednesday at the Wild Goose. And there's a great open mic every single Sunday night at the Wild Goose. It starts around 8:30. Mine starts a little bit earlier, 7:30. But you know, you can go to gburnett.com and look at my calendar there. Also, all of my music there is free. I've got 30+ albums that you can listen to or download free, or with a donation. I have a little digital tip jar. You can tip me or not. That doesn't really matter that much, but I mean, it would be nice, but it's not a big deal. gburnett.com. I got postcards outside that have that website information on it. I have a few actual CDs, if you remember those. They're like a plastic disc that gets in the machine. If you want a CD, I got some CDs out there. And yeah, those are all my plugs. So here we go. This is a little song I wrote called Color Be Grateful. Oh, I forgot the most important thing. Thank you for listening. Really, honestly, people with guitars who sing, even people who are really talented with guitars and sing, are not that rare in this town. What is rare is people who will shut up and listen for even 5 minutes to a whole song. So thank you all for listening for 4 whole pieces.
Crashed and died, so color me grateful just to be alive. Sometimes I was lucky, sometimes I was smart, sometimes I fell together, sometimes I fell apart, sometimes I went out skating on some pretty thin ice.
this wonderful artist. Could you please give a loud round of applause for him one more time? I'm going to play that Gene was going to loan his guitar to another artist, so we're going to make sure that Miriam has a chance to play that guitar. But I think that we're okay for now. Gene, you're going to stick around for a little while, right? All right, awesome. You know, I think I'm in the mood for a little hip hop.